Hello everybody, it is Steve, your friendly neighborhood lawn gnome. Welcome back to another video over here on That's Comical. And if you're watching and it happens to be a Wednesday, happy new comic book day. Well, to a certain degree, I'm actually very excited to be here to talk about this specific film today. Simply just because of the fact that when it comes to the world of comic book movies, no one shaped the world of comic book filmmaking and the theatrical experience that we've had regarding comic book movies. No one did it better than Kevin Feige and the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Because today we're going to be talking about the fourth installment of the Captain America franchise. Captain America, Brave New World, starring Anthony Mackie, of course, as the former Falcon, now Captain America, and Harrison Ford as General, now President, Thunderbolt Ross, who took the mantle of the character from the late William Hurt. So, of course, a lot of people were excited to see Harrison Ford in a Marvel film. I mean, I think it's crazy to believe that thanks to Captain America, we now have had William Hurt, Robert Redford, and now Harrison Ford in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Three fantastic actors in their craft, giving us their all in their performances. But at the same time, this is also the 35th time that we as moviegoers and fans have visited the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It is incredible to believe that we have been able to see an entire cinematic universe unfold like never before, thanks to Disney, Marvel, and all the people, whether they are the creators, the writers, the directors, the actors, good, bad, or indifferent. You cannot deny that it is so impressive that we have now officially had 35 films attached to this library. And even though Phase 4 and most of Phase 5 was much to be desired, with one more film in Phase 5 in Thunderbolts coming out in the spring of 2025, and immediately jumping right into Phase 6 in the summer of 2025 with a film that I'm hoping a lot of people were excited for, and that, of course, is the debut of the Fantastic Four in the MCU, finally, with Fantastic Four First Steps. I personally will say that coming back to the theaters to see this movie, my expectations were not the highest, but my expectations were better than most, because I personally felt that beyond the stories, beyond the rumors, beyond the money that was being spent, the reshoots, the test audiences, for some strange reason in the back of my head, I felt that I was going to have a good time with this brand new Captain America film. And I did. I thought that this was a very well done film. It is far from being the best, but it definitely is a very entertaining, very enjoyable movie. I liked the fact that they took the best elements of the Captain America film franchise on its own and basically said, yes, we'll throw in those typical Marvel jokes, but they're not going to be found throughout. We're going to really give people another truly dark, espionage-filled, dramatic Marvel film. Something that we really haven't gotten in a while. And I think that they really did do their absolute best to give us that kind of a film here in Captain America: Brave New World. And also, one of the few things that a lot of people despised about the MCU post-Endgame was everything seemed to have just lost its way, because they were trying to build on this brand new multiverse saga, and everything just seemed to come and go out of whack. There are certain plots that we really didn't know where they went. There were characters that were introduced, and we have no idea if we'll ever see them again. But the interesting thing about this film is that it took a lot from a Marvel Cinematic Universe film that we all forgot about. Well, I personally didn't, because it happens to be one of the MCU films that I personally enjoy, and that is Louis Leterrier's The Incredible Hulk, with Edward Norton before Mark Ruffalo came on board to play that character. I really did enjoy that film, and it was finally great to not only get some of those gaps filled, but also just acknowledge that this film is out there and that it exists and that it's important in this story. I was very grateful for that. And it was great to see Tim Blake Nelson reprise his role and finally become the major villain that everybody who knew comic books was going to become, and that was the leader. Now, his portrayal of the leader regarding costume and makeup, not the same as in the comics, but I don't think that we were going to be excited to see a guy that was all green with a big brain dressed in orange and black spandex. I just don't think that that was going to fly. But they got the elements of the leader done very well, and I also really did enjoy Anthony Mackie's portrayal of Sam once again, along with his buddy Joaquin, who becomes the new Falcon, which is also something that happens in the comics. So anybody that was upset about the fact that Captain America is now a black man, I would like to recommend you the Rick Remender 25-issue run of Captain America, where you will see Falcon become Captain America and see why he becomes Captain America. It's also a very, very good Captain America run. Rick Remender did a phenomenal job. So it was not something that I was upset about. It was something that I knew was very true to the comics. And again, I thought the story was good. Introducing new characters was very well done. Of course, everybody knew that the Red Hulk was coming, and I loved how they made the Red Hulk into being. I think there could have been room for Mark Ruffalo to play the Hulk in this movie, because the only thing that was a little bit weird to me was the fact that we got so many elements from the Hulk movie from 2008, and we didn't even get the Hulk. I know that it's a Captain America movie, but don't forget that the Black Widow was in Captain America and the Winter Soldier. So there was no reason why you couldn't throw another hero or two in there. I just don't think it would have stolen any of Anthony Mackie's thunder, because I really enjoyed him in this film, and I'm looking forward to continuing to see him play this version of Captain America. So I also really appreciated the post-credit scene, because the most important thing about the post-credit scene, some people think it's irrelevant, but I really think that what it did was it reminded us of what the main driving plot line is in this brand new saga, and that it brought us all back down to home. Like, right. It's the multiverse saga. We're going in the direction of the Secret Wars. We're going to see Doctor Doom. We're going to see other characters. There's now officially links to the mutants finally coming, even though we already had Deadpool and Wolverine. Finally, the other thing I want to make a point of is last year we only had one MCU film. We're going to get a lot more on the small screen thanks to Disney+, and one of the few things I'm really excited for is Daredevil Born Again, and I'm really hoping that it not only will give us the Daredevil that we all miss from Netflix, but try and find a way to bring the Daredevil's world into the big MCU. I mean, I would love to see Charlie Cox portray not just Matt Murdock, but also portray Daredevil in an MCU film. I personally would love to see him in one, because I think he deserves to be in one. And Wilson Fisk, played brilliantly by Vincent D'Onofrio, needs to get a much bigger role in the MCU, because don't forget, he's a major villain of Spider-Man's. So, it brought us back down to earth, and I'm glad about that. And I feel that they're really trying to make these movies count, because they're not really giving us a large quantity, and they're trying to really focus on quality. This was not the highest quality of films, but it's making me feel more like we're going to end MCU Phase 5 on a good note. Not a great note, but a good and positive note, and I think we're all going to be excited for Phase 6 with Fantastic Four. So, I liked Captain America Brave New World. I really do want to see it again. I am going to be purchasing it on Blu-ray, and it's giving me the incentive now that we're 35 films in. Part of me, after Thunderbolts comes out on Blu-ray, I think I'm going to rewatch all of the MCU films again, and maybe a couple of other Marvel films that will eventually be tied in to the actual MCU. But for now, I would say go see it. I think you may actually have a good time. I did. And that's why I'm going to be giving Captain America Brave New World 3 stars out of 4. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. Please leave your comments in the box below. Let me know your thoughts on Captain America Brave New World. You want to fight me? Let's have a debate. I would be more than willing to have a really intelligent, passionate conversation. Prove me wrong. I'll see you in the next one.